Signs a woman wants to be approached. How to tell if she wants to talk to you. High-value men must know. The greatest part of our happiness depends on our dispositions, not our circumstances. Martha Washington. Today we're diving into the subtle art of understanding when a woman wants to be approached. Recognizing these signs is key for any high-value man looking to cultivate meaningful connections and personal growth. Have you ever wondered if a woman wanted you to make the first move, but weren't quite sure of the signals? In this video, we'll uncover the 10 signs that show she's inviting you to approach her, and one crucial sign that she's not. Watch closely, and as you do, think about how you can apply these principles to enhance your interactions and boost your confidence. If you've ever experienced a moment like this or have any tips to share, drop a comment below. Let's learn and grow together. 1. Confirmation level eye contact. Understanding the subtleties of eye contact is crucial in today's world, where interactions are often fleeting and loaded with nuance. Women are acutely aware of the power of eye contact and how it can be misinterpreted. Because of this, they often avoid making eye contact with men to sidestep any potential awkwardness or unwanted attention. However, this also means that when a woman does hold your gaze and gives you a smile, even if only for 2-3 seconds, it's not just a casual glance. It's an open invitation for you to approach her. This moment of connection, brief yet powerful, is a clear indication that she's comfortable with you making the next move. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." In this context, her willingness to make eye contact reflects a positive mindset towards you. Recognizing this signal is part of the Stoic life lessons every high-value man should learn. To further illustrate, think of eye contact as the modern equivalent of a door left slightly ajar. It's an unspoken invitation for you to step through, but only if you are perceptive enough to notice. Women are often cautious because, in many social settings, their actions can be misread or exaggerated. This is where understanding what is Stoicism can be immensely helpful. Stoicism teaches us to remain calm, measured and observant, qualities that are incredibly useful when interpreting these subtle cues. If you observe her eyes lingering on you with a hint of curiosity or a soft smile, she's likely opening a space for you in her world, however briefly. Moreover, in a society that often moves too fast, where everyone is rushing from one task to another, these small moments of connection are precious. They offer a chance to engage on a deeper level, to move beyond the superficial and truly see each other. As Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This wisdom encourages you to pay attention to non-verbal cues like eye contact and to use them as a guide for your actions. When she maintains eye contact with you, it is a signal that she is open to communication, and this is your moment to step forward confidently. Connecting these principles to modern life, think about how often we miss such opportunities because we're lost in our own thoughts or distracted by our devices. The essence of Stoic life lessons is to be fully present, to engage with the world around you actively. Eye contact is a lost art, but it is one of the most powerful forms of non-verbal communication we possess. If you notice her looking at you and smiling, remember that this could be your cue to engage, to step into a conversation that could lead to something meaningful. Therefore, consider each moment of eye contact not as a random act, but as a deliberate choice. In the crowded chaos of life, if her gaze meets yours and lingers, it's not a coincidence. She's signaling a willingness to connect. Remember, it's not just about noticing these signs. It's about understanding them in the context of stoic principles, remaining calm, collected, and confident. As a high-value man, you should be attuned to these moments, ready to act with clarity and purpose. In summary, confirmation-level eye contact is one of the most significant signs a woman wants to be approached. It's a green light for you to step up, not with arrogance, but with the quiet confidence of someone who understands the dynamics of attraction and social interaction. It's about recognizing the right moment and seizing it gracefully, a true testament to living with the wisdom of Stoicism today. So next time you're out, pay attention. You never know when a brief moment of eye contact might be the start of something extraordinary. Comment, "I agree," if you resonate with this perspective, or "I don't think so," if you have a different opinion. 2. The initial room scan. When you walk into a room, you might notice certain behaviors that reveal whether a woman is open to being approached. Picture this: you're at a social event, scanning the room yourself, trying to figure out the vibe, who's approachable and who's not. Now, women do this too, but there's a subtle art to reading these signs. A woman who's not interested in engaging will often appear closed off. Her body language speaks volumes. She might cross her arms defensively, bury her face in her phone, or seem completely absorbed in her own world. These are not the signs you're looking for. But when you notice a woman who is scanning the room, taking in her surroundings, and seeming to assess who is around her, this might be your first clue. This kind of active engagement, where she's aware of the people in her environment, can be a subtle but clear indication that she might be open to conversation. Imagine you're at a lively networking event, and you spot her doing just that, glancing around, making brief eye contact with a few people, perhaps even holding a soft smile. She's not just looking around, she's engaging with her environment in a way that suggests curiosity or interest. This could be your opportunity. But don't just rush in. High-value men understand that reading these subtle cues is only part of the game. The next step is all about how you make your move. Speaks volumes about your confidence and understanding of social dynamics. Think about this in the context of today's fast-paced world, where meaningful connections are rare and people often hide behind screens and social media profiles. Approaching someone in real life requires a blend of courage, intuition, and a bit of stoic wisdom. In Stoicism, there's a profound emphasis on understanding what is within your control and what is not. In this case, her initial body language might be beyond your control, but how you choose to interpret these signs and how you approach her is entirely up to you. You're not just making a move, you're making a calculated, respectful gesture of interest. Let's bring this into a modern story. You're at a coffee shop, the hum of soft jazz in the background, people chatting, baristas crafting their coffee masterpieces. Across the room, you notice a woman who catches your eye. She's not glued to her phone. Instead, she's looking around, seemingly in her own thoughts, but very much present. She glances at you, a brief, almost imperceptible smile flickering across her face before she continues her visual exploration of the room. Now she doesn't seem closed off. Her body language is open. What would you do next? Would you seize the moment to introduce yourself, perhaps commenting on the ambiance, or asking if she's been here before? Open-ended questions not only provide a way to initiate a conversation, but also give you insights into her thoughts and interests. High-value men know the importance of engaging in a way that feels natural and comfortable. They aren't just trying to win a date. They are genuinely interested in who she is and what she has to say. How do you approach someone while embodying stoic happiness and maintaining a sense of calm and confidence? Stoicism today teaches us to be mindful of our actions, to be present in the moment, and to engage with authenticity. This is not just about picking up women, it's about building connections that are meaningful and respectful. The lesson here is simple, yet profound. In any social setting, take the time to read the room, observe body language and look for signs of openness. Women often give subtle cues that they're interested in being approached. It's your job to notice these signs and decide how to act on them in a way that aligns with your values and respects hers. Remember, being a high-value man is not just about confidence, it's about being aware, respectful, and engaging in a manner that fosters genuine connections. In doing so, you not only increase your chances of forming a meaningful relationship, but also embrace the principles of stoic happiness and stoicism today. So, next time you find yourself in a room full of strangers, pay attention to the subtle signs. Who knows? You might just spot someone who's looking for the very connection you're hoping to make. What would you do at that moment? How would you ensure that your approach reflects both your confidence and your respect for her space and autonomy? Remember, it's not just about making a move, it's about making the right move, one that is thoughtful, intentional, and reflective of the high-value man you strive to be. If you find these insights helpful, don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue to explore the profound influence of Stoicism together. 3. Not-so-hidden smile. When trying to understand whether a woman wants to be approached, it's often in the subtle cues she gives away. One such sign is the not-so-hidden smile. Picture this. You're in a room, and from across the way you notice a woman who seems to be smiling, almost playfully. Now, the question running through your mind might be, is she smiling at me, or is it just my imagination? This is a game many women play, a subtle yet deliberate way to encourage you to take the first step. If her smile seems almost uncontrollable, like she's fighting to hold back a grin after catching your eye, chances are it's not by accident. She's likely aware that you're watching and is inviting a light-hearted, flirtatious interaction. The key here, however, is to combine this observation with another critical element, eye contact. As Marcus Aurelius said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, and in this context, her thoughts are written all over her face. Eye contact serves as the bridge between a smile and a conversation. Without it, you might quickly find that her smile was intended for someone else entirely. This brings us to an essential point for all high-value men. Understanding the Stoic mindset, as Epictetus once noted, is about knowing what is within your control and what isn't. You can't control her intentions, but you can control your response. Being aware and present in the moment, noticing these signs, and reading the situation accurately are marks of a man with a Stoic mindset. How do you navigate this? Start by observing without attachment. If she's looking at you with that lingering gaze, perhaps smiling in a way that's almost challenging you to approach, she's likely interested. But remember, every situation is unique sometimes. Her smile might not mean what you think it does. Have you ever thought about how you interpret these signals? Are you reading too much into a smile, or are you missing out on an opportunity because you second-guess yourself? The way a woman smiles at you can tell you a lot about her interest. But to know for sure, combine this with other signs like the openness of her body language, whether she leans in your direction or if she mirrors your actions. When she aligns herself with your movements or seems engaged with your presence, she's communicating on a non-verbal level. High-value men who master this art of observation understand that it's not about making the first move hastily, it's about making the right move. As Seneca wisely advised, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Prepare yourself by observing her cues, maintaining a confident demeanor, and understanding that a stoic approach allows you to remain calm, composed, and in control. But be careful. There is also a sign that you should not approach. Have you ever considered how to differentiate between genuine interest and mere politeness? Sometimes a woman may smile more out of politeness than a desire to engage. The difference is subtle but noticeable to a trained professional. Pay attention to the context, her other expressions, and her overall mood. The more you develop this awareness, the better you will be at determining when a woman wants to be approached and when it is best to keep your distance. If you find this to be true, please comment below "true" so we can connect. 4. Vocal proximity broadcasting. One of the intriguing ways a woman might signal her interest in being approached is through what can be termed as vocal proximity broadcasting. Imagine it as a form of social radar, where she sends out vocal signals, not unlike sending a message into the vastness of space, waiting to see who responds. This behavior often manifests when a woman says something aloud that only you, within her immediate vicinity, could realistically hear. It's akin to dropping a stone into a pond and watching the ripples to gauge your reaction. This is a subtle, yet deliberate act, often driven by a mix of curiosity and interest. She might comment on something seemingly mundane or make a remark about the environment, just loud enough for you to catch. It's one of those curious, almost instinctual behaviors that can sometimes border on the desperate or the strange, but the intent behind it is clear. She wants you to engage. This is not just a random occurrence, it's a form of communication that requires a keen sense of awareness to catch. As Seneca wisely noted, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. The opportunity here lies in recognizing these subtle cues and being prepared to act on them. If you hear a woman make a comment that seems oddly specific or directed towards your ears alone, she might be opening a door for you to walk through. And in the realm of Stoic life lessons, this is a perfect example of being present and attentive to the world around you, not just passively observing, but actively engaging in life's little opportunities. In modern life, these cues can be easily missed amidst the noise of daily hustle and distractions, but developing a Stoic mindset means cultivating an awareness that is both calm and observant. It's about being grounded in the present moment, fully engaged with the world around you, and not allowing your mind to be clouded by doubt or overthinking. A woman's vocal proximity broadcasting is, in many ways, a small test one that examines your confidence, your attentiveness, and your willingness to step into a moment of interaction. And isn't that what Stoicism is about? Facing life's challenges with poise and understanding, while not shying away from the potential of what a simple, seemingly random remark could lead to. In today's fast-paced world, filled with fleeting moments and passing interactions, understanding the subtle art of vocal cues can set you apart. It's not about being overly analytical, but about tuning in to the subtlety of human interaction. It's a modern application of Stoic principles, being perceptive, mindful, and above all, present. If you're someone on the path of learning what is Stoicism and applying it practically, consider this a lesson in awareness and response. When you hear that vocal proximity broadcast, see it as an opportunity, a chance to engage. Remember, in every interaction, there's a chance for growth, a chance to learn, and a chance to connect. And isn't that the essence of living a fulfilling stoic life? By being aware of such signs and responding with calm confidence, you're not just following social cues, but practicing the art of being a high-value man, someone who understands the subtleties of human connection and knows how to act upon them. So, the next time you hear a seemingly random comment from a woman in your vicinity, take a moment, breathe, and consider, could this be her way of inviting you into a conversation? And if so, how will you respond? This isn't just about attracting someone's attention. It's about being in tune with the world around you, recognizing the moments when life presents you with a chance to act, to engage, to connect, and to grow. In the end, these small acts of attentiveness are not just signs of understanding women better. They are marks of a man who lives with intention, purpose, and the wisdom of stoic life lessons. If you find these insights helpful, don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue to explore the profound influence of Stoicism together. 5. She sets up the interception. When it comes to understanding whether a woman wants you to approach her, there are often subtle signs that can easily go unnoticed if you're not paying close attention. One of the most telling signs is when she sets up the interception. Now, what does that mean exactly? Picture this. You're at a social gathering, perhaps a party or a networking event, and you notice a woman who seems to be hovering just within your peripheral vision. She isn't just there by accident. She's positioned herself intentionally close to you, ensuring there's no way you can leave without at least noticing her presence. It's almost as if she's created a scenario where you have to pass by her, making it difficult for you to miss an opportunity to engage. This isn't just about standing close. It's about positioning with purpose. If she wanted to make it any easier for you to strike up a conversation, she'd practically have to hand you a script. This kind of setup is a deliberate and bold move, one that signals she's open to talking, and maybe even hoping you'll take the hint and approach her. Think about it. This is her way of setting a trap. Not in a negative sense, but more like a gentle nudge in your direction. She's creating a path for you, an opening, if you will, to step in and make your move. This move shows confidence on her part, and it's a pretty significant hint that she's interested in at least a conversation. If you miss this chance, you might not get another one quite like it. Women often use such tactics because, while they may be interested, they might still want to see if you have the confidence to notice these cues and act on them. Confidence is attractive, and by setting up this scenario, she's testing yours. It's a small test, a way to see if you can pick up on the signals she's sending and respond appropriately. In today's fast-paced world, where connections are often fleeting and interactions can feel more digital than personal, these real-life moments become even more meaningful. Take, for example, a story I once heard about a young professional at a tech conference. He noticed a woman who seemed to linger near the coffee stand each time he went to refill his cup. At first, he thought it was a coincidence, but after the third time, he realized she was positioning herself deliberately. She wasn't bold enough to strike up a conversation herself, but her consistent presence was a clear sign she was waiting for him to make the first move. When he finally did, they ended up having a great conversation, leading to a business collaboration and, eventually, a friendship. This story highlights how sometimes opportunities present themselves in the form of these subtle cues. It's about recognizing them and having the courage to act. But how do you feel when you recognize such a signal? Do you seize the opportunity, or do you let it pass, perhaps due to fear of rejection or not wanting to misinterpret her actions. This is where Stoic happiness comes into play. According to Stoicism today, the key to finding happiness and fulfillment isn't about having every interaction turn out perfectly, but rather about recognizing opportunities and taking action with courage and confidence. A Stoic approach encourages you to remain calm, collected, and mindful of your surroundings, understanding that each moment presents a chance to grow, learn, and connect with others. So the next time you find yourself in a similar situation, ask yourself, am I reading this correctly? Is she giving me a sign? And if so, am I ready to act on it? Ultimately, the lesson here is about awareness and taking action when the opportunity presents itself. Life, like these social interactions, is full of opportunities that often require us to be present, to pay attention to subtle cues, and to have the courage to act. Don't let fear keep you from potential connections that could enrich your life in unexpected ways. The key is to be present, observant, and take action. Remember, confidence and awareness are attractive traits, and recognizing when someone is creating an opportunity for you is half the battle. By embracing these principles, you can find Stoic happiness in knowing that you are living boldly and authentically, seizing the moment whenever it presents itself. Comment below, I will apply these principles to express your determination to take this journey. 6. Hair playing. Have you ever been in a room and noticed a woman repeatedly touching or playing with her hair when you're around? This subtle action, while seemingly innocent, can often be a clear sign that she wants to be approached and is hoping to catch your attention. This behavior might not be a conscious decision for all women, but it can certainly indicate a level of interest or attraction. Women, much like men, can become nervous or self-conscious when they are around someone they find intriguing. The act of playing with their hair is often a physical manifestation of this nervous energy. Think of it as a non-verbal signal that she's giving off a sign of her heightened awareness of your presence. She might twirl a strand around her finger or absent-mindedly brush her hair back over her shoulder, all in a subconscious attempt to draw your eyes towards her. There's also the possibility that her actions may escalate. Perhaps she starts to gather her hair and ties it into a bun or a ponytail. This could happen without her even realizing it. Why? Because she's caught up in the moment, and her mind is racing, trying to balance the act of staying composed while also being aware of your gaze. This behavior is a classic example of what the Stoics would describe as an emotional response, one that is driven more by instinct than rational thought. As Epictetus once said, "We are disturbed not by things, but by the views we take of them." Her hair playing is not just about the action itself, but what it represents, a reaction to her thoughts about you and what you might think of her. So what should a high-value man, someone who embodies the Stoic mindset and practices the principles of Win Stoic, take away from this? Understand that such gestures are subtle invitations. They're signs that she's open to interaction, perhaps even eager for it. It's an opportunity for you to approach with confidence and grace rather than hesitation. This is not the time to second-guess or overthink. It's about recognizing the moment and acting upon it with poise and self-assurance. As Marcus Aurelius advised, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Approach her, engage in a light conversation, and see where it leads. What do you have to lose? After all, a high-value man doesn't fear rejection. He understands that every interaction is a learning experience. He's prepared for any outcome because he's rooted in a stoic mindset focused on what he can control, which is his response, his attitude, and his actions. And that is precisely what makes him irresistible. If you find yourself in this situation, ask yourself, are you reading the signs correctly? Are you over-analyzing, or are you recognizing the opportunity in front of you? What would a high-value man do in this moment to win? Remember, being attuned to these small yet significant gestures can set you apart. It's about staying present and understanding the subtle cues women give when they want to be approached. So, the next time you notice her playing with her hair, take a deep breath, embrace your stoic mindset, and make your move. 7. When you look, she preens. In the intricate dance of human attraction, body language often speaks louder than words. One subtle but powerful sign to watch for is a woman preening when she notices you. Preening refers to the small, seemingly innocent actions she takes to make herself more appealing in your presence. It's a behavior that harks back to our primal instincts, where appearance played a significant role in mating choices. When a woman adjusts her hair, smooths her clothing, or delicately cleans her glasses as you glance in her direction, she's subconsciously highlighting her best features. This isn't just about vanity. It's a non-verbal cue that indicates she's aware of your gaze and potentially welcomes it. The next time you find yourself in a social setting, pay attention to these subtle gestures. A woman who continually touches up her appearance when you're around may very well be trying to send a message without uttering a word. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." In this context, her preening could be a reflection of her internal dialogue, perhaps thoughts of attraction or curiosity about you. This is a classic example of Stoic life lessons in action. Understanding human nature and our responses to each other is a part of mastering Stoicism. So, what is Stoicism in this context? It's about being mindful and observant of the world around you, recognizing these signs, and responding appropriately with calmness and confidence. For high-value men who embrace Stoicism, knowing when to approach a woman is about more than just recognizing these signs. It's about understanding the nuances of human behavior and the importance of non-verbal communication. When a woman preens, she's sending out a signal that she's interested, but she also wants to see how you react. Will you respond with confidence, acknowledging her signals, or will you hesitate and miss the moment? A stoic man, rooted in self-awareness and mindfulness, knows how to read these cues and act with assuredness. It's about striking the balance between observation and action, using the wisdom of Stoic life lessons to guide your approach. Remember, these subtle actions are not just random movements. They are often subconscious displays that reflect her interest. Just as Epictetus taught us to distinguish between what we can control and what we cannot, observing these signs allows you to understand her intentions without overstepping boundaries. In modern life, where communication is often filtered through screens and digital interactions, recognizing these real-life, organic signs of interest becomes even more valuable. By being present and attentive, you can better navigate the social dynamics around you, enhancing not just your romantic pursuits, but all your interpersonal interactions. In essence, observing preening behaviors is a chance to practice mindful engagement, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. It's not about overthinking or making assumptions. Rather, it's about being aware and respectful of the unspoken language of attraction. This awareness, cultivated through a Stoic mindset, enables you to move forward with a greater understanding of both yourself and others. So next time you catch a woman subtly fixing her hair or adjusting her outfit when she notices you, take it as a sign. Approach with confidence, grounded in your self-worth, and understanding of Stoic life lessons, and you'll be more likely to connect in a meaningful and genuine way. After all, being a high-value man isn't just about recognizing the signs. It's about knowing how to respond to them with the wisdom and calmness of a true Stoic. High-value men know the importance of reading these signals to build genuine connections. Now, it's your turn to put these principles into practice. How will you apply what you've learned today? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's continue the conversation. Your journey to personal growth and happiness starts now.